For this month's free classroom lesson, we are going baby boomers. So I'm going to show you how to do the baby boomers in pigments. Traditionally, this method is done with acrylics, and it is a beautiful soft ombre, which is an alternative to a French. But let's talk about this name, baby boomers. Does anyone know where the name came from? I did a little bit of research online, and the only way that I think this name came about was because between the 40s and the 60s, that baby boomer period, most women wore a frosted pink and a white on their nails. So I'm going to show you how to do it in pigments instead of doing it in the acrylics. And using our pigments, it means that you can have a little bit more fun with your designs as well, and just add a little edge to them. So let's get started. We're going to add white tips to our nail tips. This is just a white gel polish, but you can use a nude or a natural pink if you like as well. But I'm just using white because it's just easier on film. So now we've got two pigments in our collections. We've got the Pretty in Pink and the Dream in Pink. One's from the Pretty collection and one's from the Serenity. And you can see that those pinks are totally different and will lend themselves beautifully to the skin tones of your clients. So this one is more in keeping with a yellow skin tone, and then of course the Dream in Pink will be ideal for those with blue in their skin tone. So depending on what your client wants, this one's slightly brighter. I've tried both of them. I actually like the more gold bronzy effect, but it does look very, very neutral. So now this is from the primary collection. These are the pure pigments. They're very, very opaque. And so you don't want to put them directly onto the nail because they go an awful long way. Work it into your brush, and then you use what's on the brush on the nail. And you can see that it will mattify the actual pigments that you've already put on and have your ombre working beautifully. Don't go to the free edge, and that way you avoid any risk of chipping in the nail finish. And if you ever wanted to use any of the primary pigments, you can ideally add them to mattify any of the pigments that you've got. It is a beautiful blend, but always work it into the brush, never go directly onto the nail like the other pigments. So I've just brushed off at some excess, and all I'm going to do now is top coat. It is as simple as that to create a ombre, a French ombre. I much prefer this term than the baby boomer nails. And for marketing purposes, I think your clients are more likely to buy a French ombre than they are going to go and choose a baby boomer design. Just doesn't sound right. So let's have some fun. I'm going to show you how to just jazz this look up a little bit. I want to give you some more options. So I've applied some white gel polish down, and I'm going to do two nails using the Pretty in Pink colour on this side. I'm going to actually apply a matte top coat on one of them because this is traditionally applied as an acrylic, and you don't necessarily have to or want to have it really uber glossy. So a matte top coat also looks great. Now, can you see how I removed some of the excess pigment and went back in and applied some just to get that soft ombre? And now I'm using the primary pigments, the white, just on that join, and I'm going up and over the top of the Pretty in Pink just so that I get that really soft matte effect. We are going to top coat this with a matte top coat as well. So before I go on top coat, what I'm going to do is add some of my favourite glitter. This is from the Serenity collection. It's called No Need to Cry, and instead of adding the primary white, we're going to add this glitter over the free edge. This is very subtle. Once you apply your top coat, it is just with sunlight that you will actually see this beautiful glitter. It is so soft, but it sparkles in such a delicate way. I think it's wonderful for the French ombre. I'm going to gloss this one because I want this glitter to really jump out at us. And then the other one, as I said before, we're going to add a matte top coat. I use Gelish when I use matte top coat. One, because it's the only one on the market that is consistently good for me and works well. Really it's the perfect solution for this. And I actually use a lot of matte top coat in most of my designs. So let's take a look. Let me just wipe off this sticky layer and you can see the difference between that gloss and that matte. How fun does that look? That glitter is really great. So let's go with the Dreaming Pink. Can you see how bright, and it's more like a baby pink. This is a lot softer, it's a lot brighter. We're going to do the same as we did before, but I'm going to do something slightly different on that second design. So I'm just going to do the pink coming down from that cuticle area, and then I'm just going to take off any excess pigment off my brush and then bring that ombre down into that free edge. So if I just take off any excess pigment now, and then I'm going to come back in and just see how I dab it. I'm actually getting that ombre, but I still need the white pigment. This is what I'm going to do, working it into my brush. It's going to really soften that look and give me the ombre I want. Why am I doing this in pigment? Because it's easy, it's quick. When your client comes in and she only has natural nails, but she's seen this design on Facebook or social media, you can now do it for her without having to encourage her to have acrylics. Not everybody wants acrylics. Also, doing it in acrylics, it's time consuming. It looks a lot easier than it actually is to get that easy, soft ombre consistent over 10 nails. Using the pigments, it is so easy and so quick. So I'm just going to wipe off any excess with a soft brush. This is a clean soft brush, by the way. And now I'm going to come in with the nail art pen, and I'm actually going to scratch out a design. Now I'm not going to do anything elaborate because this is all about the French ombre or the baby boomer look in this lesson. But I do want to show you how easy it is just to get that simple design with the pigments, and even on this particular look it is going to really shout out and be something extra special above the rest of your competition. Now can you see as I press it in how the nail art pen nib splits? Now because it's splitting open, it's giving me that dual line, that tram line. It means I'm saving time. I'm getting 2 lines for 1. How great's that? And I'm very lightly just pulling that pigment away. I'm going to dust this off with a brush in a minute, so don't worry about those excess bits. And remember, we're zoomed really close in here. We're just going to pull these loops down, and when you see this over the top of the finished nail, it looks so nice because it just disappears into the free edge. Having a bit of a camera wobble here. And then we're just going to finish this bit off here now. The nail art pen is fantastic for scratching out, and the reason why I use it is because it's got that tiny little curve at the end, and it just grips the pigment and pulls it away. Anything else I've used just doesn't seem to work. And now all we're going to do is top coat. I'm going to gloss this, although I have to say this also looks great with the matte top coat as well, and it seems to be a completely different look if you put a matte top coat over the top of the scratched out design. Once you've top coated this, we're going to matte top coat that other look, because I really want you to see the difference between a gloss and a matte on both those pinks. It's really important that you've got both of those pinks available so that when your client comes in, it doesn't look too odd, and you want something that's very soft and that really lends itself to their own natural skin tone and their nail bed colour. So let's pop this under the light now, and then we're going to wipe off that sticky layer when it's cured, and then you can see exactly what it's going to look like. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I know it's a very simple one, but it's something that you can utilize straight away in the salon. I really wanted to bring it to you because it's something that's on trend right now, and a lot of people are asking how to get it done. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please make sure that you share your results on our Facebook page, because I would love to see what you come up with as well.